Hi everybody, Ryan Dorn here from 360 Ad Sales Training and Revenue Strategy. Today we're going to talk in detail about your digital transition plan, or for a lot of you, maybe the lack thereof of that particular plan. So here's the components we're going to cover today. One, really, what is a digital transition plan? Number two, what does a digital first organization look like and how do you staff for it and things like that? Number three, is it really smart right now for you to invest in staff, time, energy, and resources to be a digital first organization? Is there a hybrid model that might actually work to save you time, effort, and energy? And then let's talk a little bit about who is your future reader, because I think that's vividly important. Now, one of the really cool things about my job is I have the opportunity to travel around the world and work with publishers, large and small. Well, I would be remiss if I didn't say that very rarely is a digital transition plan in place, or really actually a well thought out digital plan at all. Now, what does that really look like? What should it look like? Most of the organizations that I work with, what we try to do is lay out a month by month or a year by year plan. But it's going to be multi-year. It's going to at least be 10 years in totality. And what we're going to say is, just as an example, in month one, we're going to look at digital edition tool sets as an example. In month number two, we're going to figure out who's going to be the champion of that digital edition design and layout. Month three, as an example, we're going to talk with our printer or whoever it's going to be that's going to provide our digital tool set. Month four, we might look at staffing needs and considerations. Month five, we might ask ourselves, do we need or do we have a responsive design website? So what I try not to do is just lump 50 things and try to accomplish them in 1 month. Instead, we'll look at a calendar over the course of a year, 2 years, 3 years, etc. And we're going to go ahead and map that strategy out month by month. Another very important part, obviously, is money. Where's this revenue going to come from? In each, as we add new digital assets, we want to meet with the sales teams and then sell it backwards. We want to go to those advertisers and find out what they need. What are their digital goals? What are their digital desires? And then we want to create and build products all around that. A digital transition plan, if you're going to go from print to completely digital, or if we're going to see a nice hybrid model that's going to transition over the course of 5, 6, 8, 10 years, either way, it needs to be well thought out and it needs to be well laid out. Now, next, what does a digital first organization really look like? For me, digital first is more than just a slogan. A lot of companies out there, they like to say, well, we're digital first. And quite honestly, I think that might be the wrong approach. I think it sounds maybe a little too trendy. The other thing is, it's very important for us to sell multimedia. That's advertise with us in multiple ways on multiple days. Now, I think that digital is infinitely important and it really is our future, but I'm not one of those guys where I like to say print is dead. It's not. Print is not dead. It's vibrant. There's more magazines starting every year than ever before, and one of the best examples I ever heard was this. If digital was taken over, there's this big fat magazine called Wired, all about technology. So I really believe the magazines are going to be a viable, tangible entity for a long time. But there's a lot of readers that want our products in a digital format. And that's why you have partners like Sheridan to help you through that digital transition process. Now, is it smart to do it right now? Absolutely. But there's a little bit of a caveat. You don't need to be a guinea pig. Many people have come before you. Many people have already spent millions of dollars. So all you need to do is be able to find a good resource, whether it's your printer, whether it's a consultant, or maybe whether it's somebody that's a mentor of yours in the business. Figure out what they did that worked and didn't work, because really, truly, right now, you don't have to be a pioneer. There's many best practices already in place. Now, the second to the last point, is there a hybrid model? There really is. In my opinion, I think what you can do is begin to train your staff accordingly. Now, in colleges and universities all across the country, there are graduating what we refer to as super editors, those writers that can write and shoot video and shoot photos. Well, the interesting thing for me is you typically have a nice staff already in place. Budget a little money, spend a little bit of time and a little money on that staff, help them learn how to shoot better photos, help them learn how to shoot and edit better videos, help make them super editors. One of the interesting pieces is they're gonna love it if you get them involved right from the beginning. All right, so I think there is that hybrid in place. You need to do a little bit of digital. We need to stick with print because it's paying our bills. So let's not get too lopsided. One side too much print, one side too much digital. Let's try to find a nice, happy medium. Now, let's talk about who is your future reader. You know, every now and again, I will walk into the conference room of a publisher, and there will actually be a picture of who their future reader is. Let me give you an example. My 15-year-old son, Dylan, he is probably your future reader, depending upon the type of magazine that you're publishing. The interesting piece about that is, do you know Dylan? Do you have an advertiser advisory board? Do you have a future reader board in place? A group of 15 to 18-year-olds that you can survey, that you can talk to. Those folks are going to give you some valuable feedback as you're trying to build sort of a hybrid model, or you're trying to build your digital transition plan. Well, you know, a lot of experts have said failure to plan is planning to fail. And unfortunately, I agree with that. So I think we need to take some time, spend a little effort, and figure out what is our digital transition plan. I'm Ryan Dorn from 360 Ad Sales Training and Strategy, and on behalf of the fine folks at Sheridan, thank you so much for watching this video. More helpful videos straight ahead.